Hi YouTube, it's Bean here, and today's video is going to be me reflecting on the 24-hour stream that I did last month and sharing with you guys what I would have done differently if I could go back and change some things. And hopefully this helps some of you guys if you are planning on doing a 24-hour stream or a subathon or anything along those lines. I hope these tips help you, and let's get right into it. The first thing I would have done differently in my 24-hour stream is I would have marketed it way sooner. I definitely made a little graphic on Canva to post on Twitter to announce, and I posted that on Instagram as well. But I would say for TikTok, which is one of my main sources of feeding people over to my Twitch channel, I made a video announcing my 24-hour stream like literally 10 minutes before I went live. Maybe I can post the clip in here. I am about to do something that I've always wanted to do, which is a 24-hour stream. I'm super nervous, but we're starting at noon Pacific, so that's in 40 minutes from now. If my profile's blinking pink, that means I will be live. I'm also live on Twitch, twitch.tv/bean__dip. We have a lot of fun things planned. I hope to see some of you guys come check it out. See you there. As you can tell, I'm very tired. I literally filmed it right before I went live, and I was trying to be like punctual, you know, because it's a big deal. My first ever 24-hour stream. I didn't want to be like even a minute late. I was rushing a lot, and I think I filmed that like first take. I would have liked to had redone it, but I didn't have time. If I could go back in time, I would have filmed the TikTok content way in advance. It could have been days before. I would have planned that better. I think the video would have done better. I remember getting off the 24-hour stream because I hadn't like scrolled on my phone in 24 hours since I was just on camera. And so I got off the 24-hour stream and I checked the video. I think it had like 100 likes or less, something like really low for a video that, even for my small channel, that I just didn't expect it to be that low. I think if I had put more effort into that piece, I definitely could have probably doubled, tripled, quadrupled, or even plus the amount of traffic I got on TikTok. So I think that was a missed opportunity, and if I could go back, I would definitely utilize TikTok more, as well as I guess I could have planned a little better for Instagram. I don't think I did announce in advance with this graphic that I was going live about a week or two before the actual stream, but I did not post an Instagram story like, hey, I'm gonna be doing a 24-hour stream. Like, oh my gosh. I think I did post a tweet though, so we have that. That is number one, what I would do differently. Not like in priority. This is not going to be in any order, by the way, but that's the first thing I would do differently. Another thing I would have done differently is add a channel point redemption for standing up, stretching. I did have some channel point redemptions for looking side to side, blinking, and spinning around in the chair, which did help a lot with my eye strain. So if you are planning on doing a 24-hour stream, I highly, highly recommend these channel point redemptions. They really help you, put your health at the forefront of your mind, remind you to hydrate, get up. But yeah, that's one thing I did not do, is I did not have a channel points for stretching, which I think would have been very useful, especially since I was so tired and weak by the end. I think if I had stretched throughout the day and got up, I was getting up and moving on my own, to be fair, by the end, and dancing, but I just think stretching is really important, especially in the midst of a 24-hour stream. So add a channel points redemption for that is something I would have done differently. The third thing I wish I would have done differently is meal prep more. Now, I will say I did plan in advance snacks and drinks in my mini fridge, but I wasn't eating well enough and as much as I would have liked. I think towards the end, I was feeling really ill. And I think part of the reason I was feeling ill is because I was hungry, but also I was too hungry to eat. And people were being so nice, offering to send me food through the treat stream. And people did send me a lot of treat streams throughout the day. I feel like I was so uncomfortable eating I'm usually so comfortable eating on camera, but for some reason I was just feeling really sick and like not willing to eat on stream. Though I wish if I could go back in time, I would have, just stood up to the plate and said, hey guys, I need 10 minutes to have a snack. And that can lead us into the fourth thing I would have done differently, which is I would have taken more breaks. I do not think I planned enough breaks. I can show you guys the schedule again right here. So I did follow the schedule pretty much to the T. I think I may have had a couple more breaks in there than scheduled, but nothing more than like 10 minutes because I remember towards the end, I was like, guys, like I need a little break. So I went to the living room, I just laid on the couch and I was like, no. Like I was not comfortable for some reason. For some reason, I was only comfortable like being on the stream. But being on the stream, I wasn't comfortable because I knew I had to be there for 24 hours. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I might be the only one who like struggles with this. Maybe you'll be more comfortable in taking little breaks. But I would definitely, if you're planning a 24-hour stream, take breaks. I would say even often. I think I was so hard on myself about I wanted to be there all the time. I wanted someone to flip through the 24-hour stream VOD and there I would be the whole 24 hours. You know, I wanted to minimize the time away from screen, but I think if you're doing a 24-hour stream, I think your viewers already appreciate that you're being there and like leaving the stream on for 24 hours. So I think even like I think the longest break I took was when I went to Starbucks. I will say that was pretty long. But other than that, that was probably the longest break I took. And I wish I would have scheduled maybe 2 more breaks like that, or I would have done shorter, more frequent breaks. And I know that would kind of like make it for a choppy stream, but I definitely think health is super important. And I don't think scheduling like 3 breaks in the span of 24 hours is very healthy. So that is something I would have done differently. The 5th thing I would have done differently is I would not have scheduled competitive games for later on in the stream. So the last thing I had scheduled was Age of Empires 2 team games, which ended up kind of being a disaster on my end. I totally let my teammates down. I was pretty much AFK because I was so uncomfortable. I was probably 23 hours into the stream, really, really uncomfortable. And I should have not scheduled such a competitive game so late in the day. So if you are planning on doing a 24-hour stream, I would say the last hour or so you can probably block off for like chatting or stretching or breaks. I even think I wish I would have taken like another break later on by the end of the stream, but I just scheduled the hardest game, the most attention demanding game for really late on in the stream. So next time, if there is a next time, I will definitely save a softer game or softer content for the very end. For the 6th thing I would have done differently, I'm not gonna say I would, if I could go back, I would change this because I'm fairly happy with the result of my 24-hour stream. But if I could do a 24-hour stream differently, next time I would take naps. So here's the thing with how my 24-hour stream ended. It ended, it was from noon Saturday to noon Sunday. And so when I got off the stream at noon Sunday, I immediately went to bed and I woke up at 3 p.m. So that was 3 hours of sleep. And guess what? I was awake the rest of Sunday. So, which is actually a good thing, sort of, because then I felt sort of refreshed. I mean, I felt jet lagged. So I didn't necessarily feel like I wanted to sleep at that point in time, but I definitely felt tired and kind of gross. But I think I ended up going to bed that night at like 11 p.m. And then I was right back on schedule for my, like, I didn't throw off. Everyone was questioning it starting at noon, ending at noon, because, you know, imagine if I got like a full 8 hours of sleep and I woke up at 8 p.m., you know, and then I was wide awake. Luckily that didn't happen, so I commend myself for doing that. But anyways, what was the point? Oh, schedule naps. So if I could, for my next 24-hour stream, I think, for example, that 3-hour nap energized me. If I could just schedule a 3-hour nap in there, I think I would have felt a lot better. Just like leaving a YouTube video up, you know, muting the mic, just hiding the cam, just sleeping, well, because like my bed's right here. If I had a different stream, and honestly, maybe one day when I get a streamer hype house, I will do that. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, then I can nap, come back, and still do a 24-hour stream, but also just come back and feel refreshed. I think having no sleep at all is just not healthy, And also it's not necessary, you know? If you want to do something cool, like pull off a 24-hour stream, I don't think you need to stay, anyone's expecting you to stay awake the entire 24 hours. I have a lot of friends that have done 24-hour streams. I noticed that they, you know, scheduled like showers or naps. You know, they're taking care of themselves, as you should. I don't think I took the best, as good of care as I could have. I definitely planned like some snacks, some breaks, but I feel like I could have done, I wasn't prioritizing health, I was prioritizing the stream, which I probably would have done that differently. The 7th thing I wish I would have done differently is I wish I would have planned out these sub goals and incentives way beforehand. I really just kind of winged it. I remember the night before looking on Reddit and Googling, you know, like what are some sub incentives people have for gifting, and I kind of came up with a couple that I liked, but I ended up not advertising them and therefore not fulfilling them because nobody knew. I think I said at the beginning of the stream, like, oh, you know, if we hit 3,000 subs, we'll do a chat Spotify playlist. And then I never did it because I don't know. I wasn't a good planner about that. But if I were to go back, I would have planned that out way in advance, which gets into my 8th thing I would have done differently, which is I only started planning my 24-hour stream a few weeks before it actually happened. If I could go back, I would have started planning it months before. I think something of this caliber, if you're really taking streaming seriously, and only maybe if you're taking it seriously, maybe if you're just like play 24 hours games a day all the time, then you don't really need to plan it. But if you're taking streaming seriously, you're gonna want to plan this months in advance. Maybe 1 month in advance would be enough, maybe not multiple months. But I think I was on like a 2 weeks notice, so I couldn't do things like planning the sub incentives, and I didn't plan out the social media marketing strategy, and therefore I feel like there were definitely just some weak points in the stream. I mean, I don't want to like put down my stream, like it definitely was like a success in many ways. I averaged probably double what I usually average in terms of viewership. So many subs, so many new followers, so much exposure, so much hype, so many new community members. Like overall it was a really big plus, and it went so well that I don't want to say like I wouldn't change anything, because obviously these are all the things I would do differently, but definitely I would have, I guess that's the overall theme of what I'm saying, is I wish I would have planned, and this is kind of a big problem in my life. Just being a planner, I'm not much of a good planner, so if you guys have tips for planning out things, let me know, because I really need to learn how to plan better. So yeah, those are 8 things. The 9th thing I would have done differently is I would have had some sort of special event or some kind of crazy thing I did. I guess this kind of goes along with those sub incentives, but it didn't necessarily, like something I would have done anyways. Like I've seen people like make a really gross milkshake and drink it, or like crack an egg on their head. And again, this kind of goes into like the poor planning thing, but I wish I would have had something out of the blue, which I kind of tried to do with, we voted on a new game that I would try and play that I've never played before, and that ended up being Cyberpunk, which was great, but I don't know, I feel like I could have stepped outside my comfort zone a little bit more with like trying crazy things. I think I'm pretty like allergic to like trying things out of my comfort zone, which I really should get better at. But just while I had that traction and all those viewers, you know, I wish I would have like honed in on that, you know, tried to create some clips out of the 24-hour stream. Because I haven't really gone back through it yet and like watched it, because that would be so long to watch. But I haven't gone back and watched it, but I'm sure, but there really were not a lot of clippable moments that I remember. That's not true, actually. We had a pretty good moment in Unchained, which was a cool event. Like, these are games I don't usually play, that I played on stream, that were pretty cool, but also like, I would have liked to do like one crazy thing, actually, and I think I know what it is. I've always wanted to do a chamoy pickle kit. So I would have liked to have like done that just like in celebration, or made it a sub goal, something like that, something crazy. Like trying painting, I don't know, something outside my comfort zone. That's outside of my comfort zone. So yeah. The 10th and final thing I wish I would have done during the 24-hour stream is I wish I would have stuck around after the timer ended at 24 hours. Pretty much, I don't like the mindset that I had, and I wasn't really aware until afterwards that countdown kind of became, okay, that's when I can get off. So I was basically counting down the minutes and the hours until I could just get off and go. So I think my run time or the uptime of the stream ended up being 24 hours and 1 minute. So I stuck around for 60 seconds after the end, you know, when it's super hype, and I think everyone was really proud of me. And I was just so distraught. And I remember feeling really ill. Like, obviously, if I could go back in time and actually be in that state of mind, I know how bad it felt personally, because, you know, I wasn't taking care, or maybe just because 24-hour streams are hard. You know, there's a reason people don't do them all the time, because they're very hard. And I remember how I felt. And, you know, I don't blame myself, but if I could have go back in time and, you know, been in fresher spirits, I would have liked to have sit around and chatted a little bit more, talk about, you know, a reflection of it overall, thank everyone. There were so many gifted subs and bids and hype and everyone congratulating me. And I wish I could have been more personal about it, hung out for, like, I know streamers who stuck around for hours after their 24-hour stream, like they're just hanging out for hours after, and like that just wasn't the case with me. I didn't sleep at all. I was really hungry. And again, I only ended up sleeping for actually 3 hours after the stream. So I think a nap could have been very productive. Not that I would have wanted to get back on stream after the nap, but you know, I don't know. I definitely think a reflection would have been something I would have liked to do after the countdown ended. So I do regret not having that quality time with the chat after. So those are my 10 things I wish I would have done differently for my 24-hour stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely, I think let's, you know, do a reflection now. And looking forward, I've talked with some of my streamer friends about this, and we kind of agree that subathons may be in the best interest of a streamer. You know, there's no reason to like force the streamer to sit there for 24 hours. Well, I'm proud of myself and I'm glad I did it. There are ways to, you know, have that excitement of a 24-hour stream without actually putting yourself through those really, really a little bit unsafe. I wouldn't say unsafe, but I definitely wouldn't, it wasn't healthy. It was not a healthy decision to stay awake for 24 hours and be on stream, I would say. So not that I might not ever do it again, but I think next time I do something of this caliber, it might be a subathon. I go to sleep at night, leave some of my content on my YouTube videos. Maybe this will be in a future subathon. Hi, Twitch chat. Okay, anyways. So yeah, so subathons are good, then the streamer can sleep, I could sleep. I know this is less hype, but I know it works for a lot of streamers. I saw Loserfruit and a lot of my other fellow smaller streamers who, you know, get their sleep and then come back, and it's just pretty much like a streamathon. Like, I mean, all your waking hours are on stream, and then you're just not tired and suffering. I think that's the main thing, is to eliminate the suffering. But if you are planning on doing a 24-hour stream yourself, these are the things, you know, just take note of what I did not do, and then maybe you can do that differently, and then you can be safe and healthy. I wish you guys the best of luck if you are trying a 24-hour stream, or if you're just here to listen to me. That is my reflection. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I go live every day, except when I'm not. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.